story. So here's the actual event. Out of companionship, at 11:30 p.m. one evening, I accompanied Ravi to our assigned ward at Central Middlesex. I suspect I was there to check up on a patient I was concerned about. Ravi was clearly after the staff nurse. Now, he doesn't say whether it was a male or female. Can you remember? Anyway, he was afraid of that, so he wants the truth. He wants the truth. After a few minutes of learned cross-gender discussion in the nursing station, a nurse rushed in, informing us of a cardiac arrest in the single room next door. Ravi looked puzzled from his position on the floor. He was not alone. And beckoned me to investigate by pointing vaguely to the door, mumbling something rather incoherently. I rushed out into the room and started mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Unfortunately, the nurse's rather vigorous cardiac massage promoted the expulsion of the patient's gastric contents into my mouth. I remember returning the sentiment by unselfishly emptying my own stomach contents onto the floor. In hindsight, I must have consumed 1 or 2 pints out of a sense of duty to Ravi, as the floor then seemed awash with recycled lager and chicken madras. I called for Ravi. The crash team hadn't yet arrived. And he staggered in, muttering something like, "Is it really important?" He thereopon, excuse his language, but he thereupon slipped arse over tit. Anyway, he slipped anyway, on the now perilous surface, ending up with a crash on the floor. I was preoccupied with continuing the CPR between waves of nausea, and suggested to Ravi that he could take over from me at the business end. And to his credit, he did this with little debate, but unfortunately reacted to the situation in precisely the same way, matching me vomit for vomit. The floor was now awash, and I believe a couple of nurses joined in as a nausea and vomiting epidemic spread. At last, the crash team arrived, bursting through the door with their trolley. The team plus trolley then aquaplaned across the room, eventually colliding into the wall, with the registrar ending up on the floor, taking me with him. It's nearly finished, all right. Unfortunately, the whole procedure was not successful. It transpired that the patient had had a large brainstem CVA. I only hope he wasn't looking down on proceedings via an out-of-body experience. The next day, on the ward round, several patients requested that the initials NBR, not to be resuscitated, be added to their notes. And last paragraph, I'm sorry not to be with you all tonight, but I'm trying to synchronise a toast to you all with Dave Lamb in Wellington, which apparently he has organised. It's roughly about now. I hope you have fully digested the meal by the time this story is relayed to you. Best wishes from Robin and family.